This is CBC Here and Now.
Tragic snowmobile trip. 2 went through the ice, 1 came out alive.
It's sad how they are picking on single mothers.
A Labrador mom tackles the Canada Revenue Agency.
It's time now to start scaling back.
Dan Penny takes his foot off the gas and merges into the slow lane.
I started off in the car business in 1983.
Lots of messy weather on the way, and it all starts tomorrow night. A big storm system is set to bring snow, rain, and strong winds. Details just ahead.
We begin tonight with a tragic story from the southern shore.
1 person is dead and another is in hospital after their snowmobiles went through the ice this morning in Mobile. Here Now's Fred Hutton reports.
A normally quiet road that is dotted with cabins was buzzing with activity today as more than 40 police, paramedics, firefighters, and local volunteers responded to the emergency. What started out as a snowmobile ride on a sunny day in the backcountry for 2 men ended in tragedy.
The RCMP in Fairland was dispatched to a call that 2 skidoos had gone through the ice on a pond off of Mobile First Pond Road in Mobile.
2 men, one 45 and the other 23, ended up in the water. Only the younger man made it out alive.
The younger man right now, as I said, he's being treated in the hospital. He's a 23-year-old male. He's stable right now, but the hospital staff is certainly working to make sure he stays that way and get him the best care and treatment that he can.
Police say it was the survivor who contacted them just after lunchtime today. The man who went in the water with his friend actually walked about 2 kilometers to a cabin where he called for help. That man has since been airlifted to hospital. Search and rescue officials are now involved in the recovery of the 45-year-old man. They were helped by the survivor who was able to give searchers the location where they'd gone through the ice. After a close call involving 3 snowmobilers on New Year's Eve near Lewisport and another involving a man walking his dog in St. John's yesterday, came this word of caution from police.
I know in Newfoundland it's a place that we enjoy the outdoors. We like to get out, and it's very popular for people to be out around in the woods and in the snow. But certainly with temperatures that are near 0 degrees, it's hard to know what is frozen, what isn't frozen in terms of water. So we really encourage people out there to avoid areas of water.
Fred Hutton, CBC News, St. John's.
A single mother in Happy Valley Goose Bay says she's being treated unfairly by the Canadian or Canada Revenue Agency. Samantha Morgan says she was stripped of the benefits for her child after she declared her divorce. And it gets worse. Instead of getting the benefits, Morgan says she's got invoices for tens of thousands of dollars. Here Now's Jacob Barker has our story.
2014.
These papers represent a battle for Samantha Morgan, one she's been fighting for the past 4 years.
This is all CRA issued papers saying I owe them thousands and thousands of dollars.
Her fight's been with the Canadian Revenue Agency for benefits for her 8-year-old daughter that she believes she's owed. But beginning in 2013, she was told she's the one who should be paying.
Almost $45,000.
Morgan says she received numerous invoices, some asking for back payments of benefits dating back to 2012. She's also been inundated with requests for information.
Proof of everything, like pay stubs, and for certain times, certain amounts, certain dates, they needed certain papers, which I sent everything in, and I get no response besides another bill in the mail.
It all began after she claimed her divorce. Many times her calls to the agency, she says, go unanswered. When she does get through, she's not satisfied with the answers she gets. This past summer, she did receive a check for $3,000 and hasn't seen a bill since. She says when she was married, she was getting $450 a month. She believes she's owed more.
God only knows how much they actually owe me after 4 years of not getting a cent from the government.
Cash that could have gone a long way.
This would have helped me out, like to get my own apartment around here, get anything. This helps a single mother out in every way. And they just completely took that away from me for the last 4 years with no reason. And then continuously sending me bills every day is stressful.
The CRA did not address Morgan's case directly, but did say in an email that it is addressing the way that it shares information within the agency. It also says it has made improvements to its call center and will be making more improvements this year. Morgan says she wanted to speak out after hearing similar stories from other divorced parents on the CBC from across the country. She knows of others in similar predicaments, including her own sister.
So it's sad. It's sad how they are picking on single mothers.
She hopes her story helps make change for others and that it will lead to her getting what she believes she's owed. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
A woman battling stage 3 ovarian cancer is still fighting for preferred hospital parking spots. So far, she's gathered more than 23,000 signatures of support, and today she organized a peaceful protest in St. John's. Once again, here's Here and Now's Fred Hutton.
Anyone who's ever visited the Health Sciences Complex as a patient or a visitor can tell you that it's difficult at the best of times to find parking. Imagine on a bitterly cold day, you've got to go for treatment, chemotherapy, or radiation at the cancer center, and you're facing this kind of a situation, and you've got to park far away from the main entrance. It's a difficult task.
I have stage 3 cancer. My cancer is back. Actually, Christmas Eve, I was admitted in hospital. I went in renal failure, but I'm here today because it's an important cause and it's near and dear to me and all these cancer patients that I'm standing up here and saying, you know what, we need this parking and we need it now. Tomorrow will be my 20th chemotherapy. There's times when I've come that I've had to park all the way down to the Ronald McDonald House and trug on through and then go in there anywhere from 4 up to 8 hours of chemotherapy and then trug on back. You're fatigued. You are fatigued. Back in July, we had a peaceful rally. Only 8 more blue zones were added. Then in the fall, there were more blue zones offered in Janeway underground parking, and cancer patients were told they can use that as well. That is not what we are looking for. We are looking for 25 designated spots. So we are here today in a peaceful rally to plead with our Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, because personally in Newfoundland right now, there's 20,000 people battling cancer.
Well, Susan and I have been co-advocating on this, as she said, for about 2.5 years. And I go back even further when my first wife, Carol, I lost in here to breast cancer about 20 years ago. And then my wife, Doris, 2 years ago. So I know this place infinitely well. My car can almost take me in here on its own. One of the things I've done over the past few weeks was to check and see what other hospitals are doing in the province. I started with Western Memorial in Corner Brook. They have free parking because they have a paid parking situation there. Cancer patients are free and they can park wherever they like, even in staff parking. The other hospitals, Grand Falls, Gander, Clarenville, Buren, all have designated parking for chemo patients. And all we're asking for is some allocation for those 25 spots, a little dashboard card that says you're a chemo patient, and when you're finished with your chemo, turn it back in so somebody else can use it and use those spots.
Now, Eastern Health is responding to this story tonight, saying it added 30 blue zone parking spaces at the Health Sciences Centre back in 2017. Clinicians at the Cancer Centre can now provide blue zone authorization, and patients can obtain a permit through motor vehicle registration. Eastern Health says it understands the challenges of patients undergoing chemotherapy, but it can't give special parking privileges to one group of patients over another.
The former mayor of Carbonear wants a court to give him his job back. Frank Butt was axed by council after allegations of a conflict of interest. He says council didn't follow the rules. Here Now's Peter Cowan explains.
In this 30-page filing, Frank Butt lays out what he says are about 24 errors that the town council in Carbonear made when it voted to turf him as mayor. The issue all centers around a push that he made to have a derelict building in the community torn down. The issue is that Butt owned a nearby property. An anonymous letter that the town council received said that put him in a conflict of interest because his property could be worth more with the nearby eyesore torn down. In court documents, Butt argues he wasn't given all the materials needed to defend himself. There were no experts hired to determine if he actually benefited from the property being torn down. And he argues comments made by the deputy mayor show that the deputy mayor was biased in the whole process. None of these allegations have yet been proven in court. Today's appearance was merely just to set a date, but wouldn't do an interview, and the town, it hasn't filed a response yet. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, yesterday we told you about improved internet for rural and remote areas. $40 million for broadband and high-speed internet right across the island. But how fast is it going to be? Here now's Ryan Cook reports.
70 communities and more than 1,500 households will receive internet access at speeds of at least 5 megabits per second, and most will get access to even greater speeds as a result of this investment.
5 megabytes, high speed, broadband, that all sounds pretty good, right?
5 megabytes as a download speed is so low. That's the target that they set in 2011.
Open Media fights for fair access to quality internet for everyone. Tribe says this is a good step for the province. After all, it's better than dial-up, but it's still not great.
You can check your email and it's definitely worth having. It's better than nothing. But when you go to stream video or some of the things that are so common for the rest of us to access the news online, it can really be slower.
The government has touted this as an expansion of broadband, of high speed.
These goals are ambitious.
But the CRTC has set the standard for a basic broadband service way higher at 50 megabytes per second.
It's considered broadband internet by 2011 standards, and it's 7 years later. So by the CRTC's own standard, it does not meet the qualification for a basic service.
So let's take a look at the numbers. 5 megabytes is 100 times faster than dial-up internet, but 10 times slower than CRTC standards. It's 20 times slower than the most basic service offered in St. John's and 200 times slower than the fastest service. And then there's the cost.
This investment for us today, it's, Seamus mentioned, just over $26 million, but the total package is nearly $40 million.
Tribe says if you're going to spend that much money, spend it properly.
When you're putting forward speeds that are so low for a community that is unlikely to be seeing upgrades or reinvestment anytime soon, we really want to make sure that if we're doing this, we're doing it right and not leaving other people behind or giving them a band-aid solution that's not going to be fixed anytime soon.
Work is expected to begin next summer. Now, the government has a list of the 70 locations, but will release them slowly to the public, kind of like streaming HD video at 5 megabytes per second. Ryan Cook, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, the snow just won't stop falling in Corner Brook. The West Coast city looked like a majestic winter wonderland today once the wind died down. Heavy snow squalls and 10 centimeters of snow blanketed the city early this morning. Many spent the day snow blowing their driveways and digging out vehicles from the quick, heavy snowfall. It's been snowing every day since Christmas.
Lots of snow on the West Coast, lots of different kinds of stuff falling from the sky, I think, in our neck of the province, on the island, and Labrador staying cold. Lots of weather.
Oh, lots of weather to come. So if you want to get out and do anything, tomorrow morning is going to actually be quite nice. So we do have a little bit of nice weather, and then this monster system just moves in and brings a total mess with it. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, let's have a look, shall we?
Get the details.
Oh, great. So this is the picture for tonight into tomorrow. You can see the flurries there on the West Coast and across Labrador there, but overall tomorrow morning, Thursday, 8 a.m., things are looking fairly quiet on the island and in Labrador. So if you got to get out and walk the dog, tomorrow morning is the time to do it for sure, because then you can see the system just starts to edge its way in around supper time. But during the day, it's looking pretty good. It's a mix of sun and cloud for most of the island. Temperatures, you know, between -10 there, -2. So it is chilly, but it will be clear. Here's some of that snow that will be starting a bit earlier on the West Coast and the Port aux Basques area, earlier there than other parts of the island. And in Labrador, we're looking at a bit of snow in the day, clear along the coast there before this system does move in. And we do have all of these warnings to tell you about. Wind warning, gusts up to 110 for the east. For the west, gusts up to 180 for the Rec House area. So that is a really, really windy day. A little bit less as you go up along the coast, gusts of about 150, about 15 to 25 centimeters of snow expected there. There is a special weather statement in place for Labrador. Not sure about the total snowfall amounts yet, but it should be significant. And there's a winter storm watch for the Straits area there, but 10 to 15 centimeters could be more. We will find out a little bit later.
If you thought Chase the Ace was so last year, think again. In Conception Bay South, this game has been going the whole time. There are hundreds of people waiting to play. Just 4 cards left in the deck and a grand prize of about $50,000. It's a long way from $2.5 million, but it's still a lot of money. We'll tell you about it right after the break.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, just when you thought 2017 was over, one of the biggest stories of last year is back. Chase the Ace. No, not the return of the gigantic game that took over Gould's.
No, but at St. Thomas of Villanova in Conception Bay South, another chase is now clipping along with a prize of over $45,000, and there are just 4 cards left in that deck.
Pretty good. Here and Now, Zach Gowdy is back on the Ace Chase the Ace chase, and joins us now live. Zach, what's happening where you are?
Well, you know, it's a little quieter than the big game at Gould's used to be, but the sense of excitement here is definitely very familiar. So, I mean, where have we seen this before? A long line of people now stretching out the door, waiting to buy their tickets. Over here, the 50-50, hundreds of people waiting to play. Yeah, it's not as big as the big game at Gould's, but it's a big deal at this church. And to tell us about it, joined by Marie Deasy, who is the chair of this Chase the Ace committee here at St. Thomas of Villanova. Marie, set the stage for tonight's big game.
Well, we only have 4 cards left. We've been at it for 49 weeks. And it's very exciting. We've got more people tonight than we've ever had on any other Sunday night.
And you certainly must be seeing a lot of familiar faces by now.
Oh yes, our parish has been very successful, and they've helped us out.
People coming week after week, those envelopes of cash.
Absolutely, and tonight they've got envelopes of cash.
That's all great to hear. Now, at 49 weeks, this game was certainly going last summer when the big Chase the Ace phenomenon was erupting out in Gould's. I'm curious, what were you guys saying, people at this game saying, while that other Chase the Ace was blowing up so big?
We were saying and praying that they were going to get caught.
To get caught as in that theirs would end and maybe give you guys a turn in the spotlight?
We were talking to the Black Ace saying, take me, take me, take me.
Was there ever a sense maybe on the other side of maybe better them than us when you saw all of the pandemonium and whatever else that came along with that success in Gould's?
Well, ours was very, very slow starting, you know, and I couldn't envision having like 30,000 people turn up at our parish hall.
It's something I don't think the people there could have envisioned either until the moment it happened.
Right.
Was there any trepidation here that maybe, once... what was the effect when that Chase the Ace wound up? Did you see more people come out to play?
We did. We also had a competition from Holyrood. In Holyrood at the Legion, they had one going as well. So we had two competitors.
And did you guys learn any lessons from your other competitors or get any tips and tricks from the folks of those bigger games?
Well, actually, a lot of us, not me, but went to the Goulds and we went to Holyrood to see how they were handling it.
See how the competition...
See how they were handling it, because at the beginning we had very few, but as it got bigger and bigger, we needed, some guidance as how to handle the ticket sales and the moving of people.
Well, it looks like whatever you were doing, it certainly seems to be working because this place is packed.
Absolutely, and we were supervised one night and they couldn't find anything wrong with it.
That's fabulous. Marie, just before we let you go, if there's $45,000, $50,000 in the pot tonight, usually that means the church has raised an equal amount and a little bit more for yourselves. So what does that money mean, that amount of money represent here at this church?
Well, we're a very small church, and we've been consistently going in the hole a little each year, and this is going to put us in the black for a number of years.
Wow, this is an opportunity to sort of vault out of that debt all at once.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, all the best to you guys. Good luck to your players tonight.
I would also, I'm not taking all the credit. I had two really people helping me, Warren LaBrash and Paul Kelly. And every week consistently, there's either been 3 or 2 of us here. It was a great commitment on their part as well.
But we got a great group welcome from all the volunteers out there tonight, so please pass on our thanks, and again, good luck to all your players here tonight.
Thank you very much.
And remember, hey, 4 cards left in the deck, but anything could happen.
After tonight, only 3.
They hope, of course, someone here is hoping that after tonight it'll all be walking
absolutely,
out the door.
Yes.
Well, we'll see what happens. Thanks again, Marie. Reporting live from Conception Bay South, I'm Zach Gowdy for Here and Now.
Oh, thanks to Zach for that. Somebody's going to be able to pay off some of that Christmas debt.
Should it go tonight?
Church gets a good cut. That's great.
Yeah, I think Zach Gowdy has made himself Here and Now as Chase the Ace correspondent because he's trying to supplement his CBC pension 35 years from now. He buys tickets on the side, but he doesn't like me telling people that.
To be sold are Penny Mazda, Mercedes-Benz St. John's, and Penny Hyundai in Grand Falls, Windsor.
Dan Penny gears down his car dealership interests.
Making it work in rural Newfoundland. How Jennifer Galliot turned an old shed into a thriving little business in Woody Point. Sunday at 12:30 and Monday at 7.
Well, it's no exaggeration. We tend to harp on the weather a lot in this province, this area of Canada, but a lot of people around the world talking about weather.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the U.S., Europe.
Yep, there is a very nasty storm hitting the eastern United States, and it's about to get worse. It's called a weather bomb cyclone.
Sounds
Bomb and cyclone cannot be good.
Intimidating.
Cannot be good.
Wow. Yeah, so it's bringing lots of nasty weather.
So what's that from? That was from Florida that we just saw a while
that was
ago,
from Florida.
right? Chilly temperatures bringing snow to the American South, all the way from Texas to Georgia.
Yeah, in New York City, the cold makes it look more like the rest of Canada this week. And on the other side of the Atlantic, a powerful storm named Eleanor is hitting Europe, delivering high winds, power outages, and really big waves.
Active weather climate for sure.
And this video was recorded on the island of Wales. Eleanor, as Carolyn just mentioned, brought strong tides and caused flooding.
Wow.
And in Germany, you see some scaffolding collapsed, crushed a car, and fallen trees and debris were scattered across the city of Cologne.
There were no reports of injury. In Paris, more scaffolding fell. High winds forced the closure of the famous Eiffel Tower. And in northern France, 200,000 homes lost power.
Wow.
Yep. So it's not always just about us.
Lots of weather happening around the world right now, for sure. And lots of weather heading our way right now. And I tell you, the Maritimes will really be the ones who will get the brunt of this storm. Fortunately for us, this system is tracking just off the west, the Gulf of St. Lawrence. So it means we're not going to get it as bad as the Maritimes, but it's still not going to be nice. So let's have a look. Sure. Here's a look at our weather on the way headlines. So windy, snowy Thursday night. Everything is going to start to get underway tomorrow evening. Then on Friday, we'll get rain and rising temperatures. That's for the island. And for Labrador, that snow is just going to persist throughout all of Friday. So we'll see what those numbers are going to be in terms of accumulation. But tonight into tomorrow, things are looking fairly clear, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. So if you want to get out and do anything, tomorrow morning is the time to do it for sure. In St. John's, we're looking at a start with mainly sunny skies and -7 as the high. The winds will be nice and mild. That increasing cloud throughout the afternoon, so you'll see things start to darken up, and then into the evening hours, that's when the snow is going to start. Not a whole lot of snow, about 10 to 15 or 5 to 10 centimeters expected in the east, but those winds are really going to ramp up throughout the evening hours. So just a look at the rest of the province for the daytime tomorrow. So you can see mostly clear for much of the island, some earlier flurries starting in the southern areas and on the west, and fairly clear in southeastern Labrador. Temperatures pretty cool, but yeah, it's until we get into Thursday night is when all of this starts to happen. So we have a wind warning in effect for the east, gusts up to 110 kilometers an hour, so it's going to be very snowy and very, very windy. Blowing snow advisory for Gander and Bonavista North, and then for the rest of the province, winter storm warning. So along the west and in central areas, expecting about 15 to 25 centimeters of snow. Along the coast, winds could get up to 150 kilometers per hour, except for the Rec House, where they're actually calling for 180. So that is a really, really windy day. They're also keeping an eye on the possibility of storm surges along the southern coast of the island. And there is this special weather statement in effect for most parts of Labrador. So as I mentioned, the snow is going to be settling in for the long haul on Friday. So yeah, amounts uncertain at the moment, but expecting that to be fairly significant. So this is the system that's heading our way right now. You can see the spinning kind of cyclone here with all the warm air and the cold air all mixing together. So that's going to hit the island around supper time, and as well as western Labrador. You can see this wave of snow coming up through in the overnight hours. That's when all the wind is really going to ramp up. And then when we get into Friday morning, all of this rain, about 15 to 25 millimeters expected there. And you can see the snow is just settling in over top of Labrador, and it's going to stay there throughout most of Friday. So yeah, it's going to be very windy, very wet on Friday, but temperatures +6. Just amazing for this time of year. A little bit cooler along the west coast. They could get a mix of snow and rain in Corner Brook, and in Labrador, that messy sort of mix happening in the southeastern area of Labrador, and all that snowfall for Lab West. So as we get into Saturday, we're going to be looking at some more flurries for pretty much everyone. You can see all of the blue there. So yeah, we're looking at a fairly snowy Saturday. But more of a chance of flurries. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a serious accumulation yet. And these are your temperatures for Saturday if you're looking to get out. Around 0, around the freezing mark in the eastern part of the island, -6 in Corner Brook on Saturday, -20 in Lab City with a chance of flurries there. So very, very cold there. Anthony?
Thanks, Carolyn. Two well-known business families in the province have struck an auto sale deal. Dan Penny is selling 3 of his car dealerships, 2 in St. John's, 1 in Grand Falls, Windsor, and the buyer is Rob Steele, already owns more than 20 dealerships in Atlantic Canada. Now, I caught up with Dan Penny, who never really likes to get in front of a camera, and asked him, how about the details on this deal, Dan?
Well, I started off in the car business in 1983, and I've now been in the business about 34 years. I'm 58 years old and I'm a grandfather, and I've built a fairly large organization, but I've realized that, you know, it's time now to start scaling back as I move closer to full retirement, so I've decided to sell several of my businesses.
Okay, so just walk me through that. So what have you sold and what are you keeping? We'll start with the sales side.
Okay, well, there were 5 stores in total, and I've decided to sell 3 of them. The 3 to be sold are Penny Mazda, Mercedes-Benz St. John's, and Penny Hyundai in Grand Falls, Windsor.
Okay, now I know that a big part of your working life was devoted to Penny Mazda.
Yes.
How difficult a decision was this?
It is a difficult decision because you're right, a lot of my working life, especially to say the first 12, 14 years of my working life, were focused on Penny Mazda. And we had a lot of fun, and we worked hard, and we accomplished quite a bit there. So yeah, you sort of define yourself by the areas where you've spent the most time in your life, and for me, Penny Mazda would be certainly one of those.
Now, obviously, when you're trying to negotiate a deal like this, it's pretty sensitive, and there's a need for some secrecy. But now that it's done, who's the buyer?
The buyer is Rob Steele, Steele Auto Group. Rob is well known in the industry.
Right. And he owns dozens of dealerships on the mainland, doesn't he?
Yes, mid-20s, 23, 25 dealerships on the mainland.
Okay.
He's growing all the time. He's an excellent person to buy the businesses because, you know, when you build a business over an extended period of time, you really want to sell it to someone who's going to cultivate it.
Right.
And Rob has so much experience, and he has knowledge of the Newfoundland market. Strong business background, not only with himself, but of course his family.
Right. You're keeping some dealerships as well. You're not getting rid of all of them.
That's true.
So
keeping Toyota Plaza and Penny Kia. I'm not ready to completely exit the business. I also have a strong management team. These are well-established dealerships. And I have a chief operating officer who I'll be promoting to a partner role. So that will allow me to step aside completely from day-to-day operations and still have full confidence that the businesses are in good hands. And I also have daughters that are involved in the businesses, and I want to preserve an opportunity for them.
Obviously, your father, one of the preeminent businessmen that this province has produced, would he approve of what you're doing?
I think he would, yeah. I think Dad always, he and I always had a good rapport, especially relating to the car business. And I think if I believed it was the right thing to do, he would agree with me that it was the right thing to do. So I think he'd be fine with this.
Well, obviously the Penny name, a big name, the Steele name, a very big name in business. Thank you very much for doing this interview, and good luck in your semi-retirement.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it, Anthony.
So they're going to change the dealership names. The Penny is going to be removed, which is going to seem strange.
Especially for many generations who bought vehicles from the Penny dealerships. Yeah, they'll be becoming Steele Motors and Steele Mazda and those kinds of things in the near future. And I have a feeling 2018, we're going to see a lot of changes in car dealer ownership, so we'll stay on top of that business story.
Do tell. We'll be watching.
It's coming up later.
Fascinated by it, and some are repelled by it, and some are attracted by it.
The centuries-old hand and arm of St. Francis Xavier is coming to Newfoundland. Welcome back to Here and Now once again. There's an unusual relic that's going to arrive in St. John's later this week. The forearm of St. Francis Xavier, a Jesuit missionary from the 16th century.
An organization of Roman Catholic University students is co-sponsoring this unique cross-Canada tour. St. Francis Xavier was a missionary in Asia, and what's unusual is that the forearm hasn't decayed since Xavier's death in 1552. With more on this relic, here's the CBC's David Common.
It's not every day your patron saint comes for a visit. Inside this duffel bag, at least some of that patron saint. This is Francis Xavier's right arm. In Canada for the very first time, 465 years after he died. Where's the rest of them?
Goa, India.
Goa, India?
Yes.
Why there?
Well, that's the main place he did his ministry.
Angèle Renier knows all about St. Francis.
Take a moment and ask for the powerful intercession.
Her Catholic Christian outreach organization engineered this visit.
Who is somehow mysteriously present to us.
The arm, a relic for the Catholic faithful, considered uncorrupted from normal decomposition, a testament, they say, to Xavier's exceptionalism. The arm has only left its home in Rome a handful of times, and if you wonder how a patron saint flies, well, this time it's by Air Canada. The relic picked up by the Archbishop of Ottawa.
It's remarkable that it's in the condition that it's in.
Yeah. And people are fascinated by it. And some are repelled by it, and some are attracted by it.
Archbishop Prendergast understands if not everyone wants to see the arm up close, but as it begins a rare tour of Canada, 75,000 people are expected. And that makes it very valuable.
Well, we have to keep watch over it. We also have to make sure that it doesn't get damaged or stolen. We have it insured for that.
Like, how do you fly?
Well, the relic itself will have its own seat on the plane, from what I understand, beside me.
It'll be Darcy Murphy's job to watch over it.
How do you explain carrying part of his body as opposed to just reading about him in a book?
I think what's cool about it is it's that physical encounter. So it's more than just reading about him. It's something that's still physically present. Like it's literally his arm.
The same arm said to have converted and baptized 100,000 people, mostly in India.
That was very profound because this is the saint that converted my ancestors to Christianity, and if it wasn't for his mission in Goa, I wouldn't be here today in Canada practicing out my Christian values.
To some, this will all seem a bit strange. To others, though, it is a remarkable experience. An emotional one, too. Scene set to repeat as the arm of St. Francis tours this country. David Common, CBC News, Ottawa.
It's a pretty fascinating story. I mean, I have questions about what it's like to get through customs and you have a saint's arm, but I can imagine lots of people in St. John's are going to be anxious to see this when it arrives.
Absolutely. It is going to be here at the Basilica Cathedral Friday. There'll be a 12 o'clock Mass with Archbishop Martin Curry, and there'll be a public veneration where it will be on display from 12:30 to 10 p.m. Well, it is time now to meet our young athlete of the day. This is Abby Hancock of Deer Lake. She's 5 and is on the Gracia competitive gymnastics team.
And when she isn't practicing at the gym, Abby is doing gymnastics outdoors and at home.
Congratulations, Abby. You are today's young athlete of the day.
take a few seconds to remind people. Christmas season, of course, is wound down a bit. It might be just about over. I know some people are still celebrating until Little Christmas.
Day.
There you
That's
go.
The 6th,
Coming
Saturday.
up on the 6th.
Okay. And our Feed NL continues until then. That's just a few more days. And as you know, we've been asking people to donate money or food in support of the Community Food Sharing Association. Carolyn, you have the latest info on how much has been raised.
Yes, pretty good. We're up to $95,207.45.
And who's counting?
Who's counting? That was the last time we checked, and that was just a few hours ago. And we also collected 764 turkeys. I'm sure most of them, or all of them, have been eaten by now. And we also raised more than 3,600 kilograms of food.
That's excellent. Thanks for the generosity.
Absolutely. Thanks to you for helping us out. So the Feed NL fundraiser continues until Saturday. So we've got 3 more days until January 6th, the date that Debbie mentioned. And you can donate in 2 ways. You can go to this website, cbc.ca/feednlday, or go to any RBC bank and make a donation. And once again, thanks to everybody who made this a success. Now, moving on to things that I guess success are difficult to gauge. Forecasts.
Tis indeed, yeah. It's an interesting forecast. A lot of people watching this one. It's going to be an interesting few days. So yeah, tomorrow, as I mentioned earlier, is kind of the day to get out and do whatever you need to do, and then maybe hunker down for a little bit until it all passes us by. So let's start by having a look at some current temperatures across the province. Fairly chilly, -5 in St. John's right now, -8 in Corner Brook with all of that snow. Labrador City -21, of course, much cooler there with the wind chill. It's probably around -28, -30 there now. So we're very, very cold. And here's another look at our watches and warnings. Very colorful map right now for sure. So we do have the wind warning in the east, St. John's, the Burin Peninsula, 110 kilometers per hour on Thursday night is when all of that is expected to hit. About 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. So not a whole lot of snow, but with all of that wind, it's going to be pretty messy. Blowing snow advisory for Gander, Bonavista North. And for the rest of the island, there's a winter storm warning in effect. More snow expected in other parts of the island, 15 to 25 centimeters. Gusts up to 150 along the coast of the western part of the island. The wreck house, though, could get up to 180. And that is like the upper level of what is typically forecast. So very extreme winds expected in that area and the possibility of storm surges. So that will be something that Environment Canada will be keeping a close eye on. And we do have the special weather statement in effect for Labrador. So there will be the wind there and the snow is just going to move in. It's going to settle there and it's just going to be snowing all day Friday. So have to wait and see how much snow is going to come down. Right now they're saying 15 to 20 centimeters, but that is plus. Right? It could be more. We'll find out tomorrow. So this is what the system looks like as it moves across the island. We have the first wave of snow, then that turns to, the ice pellets and the wet kind of rain and snow mix, and then the rain starts to move in. So about 15 to 25 millimeters of rain expected there, and that will continue mostly throughout Friday, especially here in the east. So lots of rain. The wind will start to settle down though as the day goes on, and you can see the snow is still just coming down there in Labrador. So this is a quick snapshot of the next 48 hours. So as I mentioned, Thursday, great day in the morning to get out and do what you need to do. A mix of sun and cloud for most areas of the island. And then on Friday, temperatures go up. 6 degrees in the east, 2 degrees in the west. A little bit cooler in Labrador, -15 on Friday with all of that snow. And then we have the rain and wind as well on the island. So then as we get into the weekend, there's a chance of flurries that will be coming through for mostly everyone. So yeah, a little bit of snow on the way there for Saturday. This is what we're looking at, a chance of flurries in the east and in central, a bit heavier there in the west, -6 as the high. Periods of snow though for Labrador throughout the day, -20 as the high in Lab West, -5 in the eastern parts of Labrador. So things do start to clear off on Sunday and into Monday for most of the island. And then this is interesting. I'll be keeping my eye on this 6 degrees. 6 degrees in the later part of the week, so we'll see how all of that pans out if the temperatures start to go up again. And in Labrador, it's going to stay cold there, and some more flurry action on the way. Cool temperatures for Lab West as the week goes on. Anthony?
Thanks, Carolyn. To national and international news now. One of Canada's leading theatre directors is facing allegations of sexual harassment. 4 women have filed civil lawsuits against Albert Schultz, the artistic director of Toronto's much-acclaimed Soul Pepper Theatre. They accuse him of unwanted touching and sexual harassment. 2 of the women agreed to speak with CBC. Schultz is also an executive producer on CBC's Kim's Convenience. As part of a joint investigation by CBC News and the Fifth Estate, here's Salima Shivji's report.
They've stayed silent for years. Now Trish Fagan and Kristen Booth are speaking up.
I've had a few people say, "You're so brave," you know, and I don't see it that way because I'm terrified.
Fagan and Booth are 2 of 4 women who are each suing acclaimed actor and director Albert Schultz, accusing the artistic director of bullying, unwanted touching, and sexual harassment. His theater company, Soul Pepper, is also named in the lawsuits for failing to provide a workplace that was harassment-free. None of the allegations have been proven in court. Back in 2000, Fagan and Booth were young actresses breaking onto the scene. Their director was Albert Schultz.
You're a bloody nuisance!
The star of Soul Pepper, the theater to work at.
It was a lot of mocking, ridiculing, belittling, and anger. So it was frightening. It was utterly confusing and horrible.
Worse than that, Fagan claims, was his unwanted sexual attention. In a nearly 20-page statement of claim, she describes Schultz as a serial sexual predator who constantly and forcibly touched her in a sexual way during rehearsals and offstage.
I was walking up the stairs to getting ready to do an entrance, and he ran up behind me, and I turned around and he showed me his penis.
CBC has reached out to the director of that play, who doesn't remember the incident, but says he believes Fagan's account. He says Schultz was a joker who sometimes crossed the line. Neither Schultz nor Soul Pepper have yet responded to CBC's requests for comment, but CBC has also spoken to colleagues who support him, saying he's a passionate director who demands a lot of his performers. Booth doesn't buy that.
Again, here we go with the veil of artistry to get away with predatory behavior.
If Schultz remains in charge, 5 people associated with Soul Pepper plan to resign to support the women. Salima Shivji, CBC News, Toronto.
2 people are dead in a crash this morning on a stretch of the 401 highway near Toronto. This is video from the scene. The vehicle somehow left the road, flipped over, and wrapped around the support for an overhead sign. It appears the force of the crash broke the vehicle in half. Investigators are looking at speed as a factor and hope to recover information from the vehicle's data recorder.
In American news now, once they were close allies inside the White House, and today Donald Trump verbally body-slammed his former chief strategist, Steve Bannon. The attack came in a reaction to unflattering comments made by Bannon in a soon-to-be-released book. White House officials defended Trump's angry response.
I think furious, disgusted would probably certainly fit when you make such outrageous claims and completely false claims against the president, his administration, and his family.
The book is about life inside the Trump White House, and it quotes Bannon describing the behavior of Trump's son, son-in-law, and some other aides as, quote, unpatriotic and treasonous. Trump fired back with a statement denying Bannon had any real influence while in the White House, and he went even further, saying when Bannon was pushed out of the White House last August, he lost not just his job, but his mind. Bannon may be on the outs with Trump, but he's seen as an influential figure among nationalist conservatives.
Well, here's today's viewer picture of the day, a beautiful festive scene somewhere in the province.
Oh, it's beautiful,
Isn't
Carolyn.
it nice? It's a public garden, so I'll let you know where in the province. It's on the island. Let you know where that is.
Corner
after the
Brook?
break. Nope. Good guess, though.
Passengers on a BC ferry got a very special New Year's Day escort, a pod of dolphins.
Oh, that is so cool.
Check them out.
These are Pacific white-sided dolphins, to be precise.
Officials say they're being seen more and more in the Strait of Georgia, mainly because of shifting food sources and changes in the ocean's temperature. But here they're just having a bit of fun keeping up with a speeding ferry.
Well, that's a great sight if you're on board that ferry. Talk about another great sight. A driver on a U.S. highway ended up with some unexpected company and captured it on this video.
There's the trial for Santa's sleigh next year. This herd of antelope made quite a sight on the southern Montana highway.
You can tell the K9 co-pilot, just wait for it, wanted to hop out and help keep the herd moving.
Yep. Put me in, coach. You can't miss. Beautiful video.
Oh,
and goes,
animals are gorgeous.
Stop the truck! Let me out. Beautiful animals.
Oh yeah, you gotta love nature, right?
Off they go.
Nice.
Pretty. Very pretty.
Here's something else that's very pretty. Before the break, I showed you this photo. If you can punch this up, isn't this a lovely sight? You guys had a
it is dandy.
Yeah, this is in Burgess.
Oh,
yes.
I've never been there in the winter.
This is Wilcox Gardens.
Oh.
And just done up beautifully there. And thank you to Teresa Earle for sending in this photo to CBC NL's Facebook page.
Nicely lit up too.
Yes, lovely. Now it's worth a winter trip.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Thanks, Teresa, very much.
Just don't make the trip tomorrow night.
No.
No.
Just stay home tomorrow night.
And keep that picture to remind you when all the rain comes, it won't look like that anymore.
No, it won't.
That's our program. Thanks so much for being here and have a great night.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.